how she said it so blandly? She said, all right, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, sorry.
Exciting.
Yeah, you said it so excitingly.
Oh, sorry. I am excited to hear what you have to say.
I don't know which one I want to do first.
Wait, where'd she do with the phone?
All right, I can go now?
Hold on.
Wait.
I gotta get on my freaking, whatchamacallit.
Okay, the camera's working, so go ahead.
Okay, so,
We don't want to run out of time. Also, we're not doing questions anymore.
okay. Like the ones that we ask at the end?
Awesome.
Okay. Okay, so, hi, my name is Annie. And when we think of someone saying, let's go get some fast food to eat, a lot of the times we think of McDonald's. This is because we think about the commercials that they have or the billboards that they have. They make their food look so tasteful. But what we don't think about is what it's affecting our body. We don't think about how the processed food and the fast food is affecting our bodies. The food that we eat affects the way that we feel tremendously. Our gastrointestinal tract is lined with 100 million nerve cells. This doesn't just help us digest our food, but it also helps guide our emotions. It is influenced by good bacteria that is made up in our intestinal microbe, which is also called gut flora. This is the name given to the microbe population living in our intestine. Fast food can be a big factor in dealing with diabetes. The more unhealthy food that you eat, the easier it can be to develop diabetes. So why does eating fast food cause diabetes? Eating large amounts of sugars and fats can lead to weight gain. This can cause people to be overweight if they don't be careful. This causes someone to get diabetes due to high blood sugar levels. Our brains are like branding. The brain's reward chemical is called dopamine that is released when we experience something enjoyable. When the brain learns a certain cue is associated with a reward, dopamine does more rewarding of our bodies, and it makes us do what makes us happy again. As soon as we see what made us happy, it reminds us of the cues, and it makes us want to repeat what made us happy. So why can't we turn down fast food? Sugar is highly addictive. One big target is McDonald's. It is easy to access due to it being all over the world and because of their prices. The company knows that no one's going to turn down their $1 drink or their dollar menu. This is also because they have sugar in everything on their menu. A lot of people can become dependent on sugar. The Bureau of Labor of Statistics has said that millennials spend 44% of their income on eating out. This is because when we get bored, we'd rather eat than doing something productive. Researchers have found that sugar can cause withdrawal, binging, and cravings. So what happens to the inside of our bodies when we eat fast food? We put our bodies at higher risk of heart disease. This is because the fats in our food are comprised of fatty acids. These often come from animals or plant-based oils. The unhealthy fats can raise the blood sugar cholesterol levels, which can lead to heart disease or cardiovascular disease. And also, your mental health can decline. Researchers shows that eating fast food can lead to depression. The more fast food you eat, or if you eat out almost every single day, you're at 51% more chance of getting depression. Okay. That was,
Applause is good. We're not asking questions.
do I keep this recording?
No, turn it off.
So a lot of people watch TED Talks, and they are really good at speaking. That's mainly what they do. And there is a person, I didn't really get his name because he didn't put it out there, but he did make a slideshow about 7 tips on public speaking, but I didn't get all 7 because I think that would be too much. Okay, and so one of them is don't talk right away. You should never talk as you're walking up on stage. This shows that you're nervous and that you just want to get it over with super quickly. You're also talking out of your nerves. It is said that it shows a bit of insecurity and fear. Instead, walk quietly, take a deep breath, find your place, wait a few seconds, and then begin. It may feel a little awkward at first, but it shows that you're confident of the situation and you're in charge. Show up to give and not take. For the most part, when people talk, they go to sell themselves, they go to sell a book, they either want people to follow them on social media, or they'll just sell their products. These kinds of peoples are called takers, and it is said that the audience can tell a taker as soon as they walk on the stage. At a distance on the stage, we can tell if a speaker is a giver or a taker. And most people are more likely to trust a giver and not a taker. A speaker gives value, teaches them something new, and inspires them. These are the people who are givers to the audience. Speak unusually slow. When we get nervous, we speak very fast and our heartbeat quickens. Also, our words tend to speed up. The more you rush, the more you lose the audience's attention. One TED Talker said, "It's almost impossible to speak slowly when you're up on the stage." This is because we get so nervous and we want to get it over with. Ignore what naysayers say. Ignore the people who have frowns on their faces and cross their arms and shake their head no, because that means that they're not interested or they don't care what you're saying. Also, focus on your supporters. These people are physically engaged and enjoying your speech, and you can tell by the facial expressions and the way that their body language is. If you find a part of the audience that is engaging in your speech, then you will be more relaxed and more confident.
Hi, my name is Katie. The past 2 weeks, I have been talking about visual aids and how to present them, and why we should use visual aids. Visual aids help your audience to understand what you're talking about more. It also helps them to remember. So, for example, I want you to close your eyes real fast and try to picture this Lego set that I'm going to build and tell me what it is. First step, you will take the blue block and set it on the table. Next, you're going to take a longer red one and place it on top, going the other way. Next, you will place another blue one underneath. The fourth step, you will place 4 white blocks on top of all of this and a white cylinder in the front. You will then place a blue block on top of all the white ones and a medium red block on the back. Then you will place a clear slanted one on top of the blue and a blue slanted one right behind the clear one. Finally, you're going to put wheels on the bottom and an X-shaped piece in front. Now open your eyes. Can anybody tell me what I just built out of Legos?
Helicopter.
Close. Okay, so it's an airplane. So how much easier would it have been if I would have handed this out before and then explain how to do it? That's an example of a visual aid. Handouts can serve as visual aids, and they can help your audience to be able to take notes on it and remember it for later. They emphasize your point, and so your audience can understand. That's why visual aids are good for using when you're trying to help your audience understand your points better. By a show of hands, how many of you guys have played with Barbies when you were younger? I know I have. On average, each kid has about 7 Barbie dolls. Many of you probably don't know how Barbie started. Barbie started with a woman named Ruth Handler. She based Barbie off of the fact that she believed that women have choices. She had a daughter named Barbara who liked to play with her friends and paper dolls. They would dress these paper dolls up to be anything they wanted them to be, from dancers and actresses to college teachers and anything else. So she got the idea to make an actual woman doll, because at the time the only doll that they had was a baby doll, and a baby doll can't be a teacher or a dancer. And so she created Barbie in 1959. She got the idea from what's called a Bild Lilly doll. The Bild Lilly doll is from Germany, and it was used as an adult, kind of like a gag gift, and so it wasn't directed for kids. And it took off from there. Fun facts about Barbie. Did you know that her real name is actually Barbara Millicent Roberts? That's named after her daughter, who used to play with the paper dolls. And the Barbie doll Ken was named after her son. A Barbie doll started out at about $3, which would equal $24 today. A Barbie doll sold today is sold at about $20. Have any of you ever seen toy commercials on TV? I'm sure you have, because there are tons of them. Well, Barbie was one of the first toy commercials to ever air, and that's when their company really hit it off. The most expensive Barbie doll ever sold was $302,000. An Italian jewelry designer designed this Barbie to have a diamond necklace and a diamond ring. The most expensive Barbie doll ever sold at retail would have been $900, and this was a Marie Antoinette doll. If you were to line up Barbie dolls, all the Barbie dolls that have ever been sold head to toe, they would go around the earth 7 times. Barbie has had over 1 billion pairs of shoes designed just for her. Barbie has come a long way from when they first started. Their first year, they sold only 300,000 dolls. And according to statisticbrain.com, there are 4 million babies born per year. And there are 24 times that amount of Barbies produced each year. That's 94 million Barbies in this world. And there's a Barbie doll sold every 3 seconds. When we think of Barbie dolls, we think of the typical blonde, white, skinny, tall girl. Well, Barbie has recently been producing culturally different dolls. Like, they've been short, tall, fat, skinny. They have different skin tones. They have different hair textures, and to kind of get in with the times. Different countries have realized that Barbies are they are pretty stereotypical, and so they have created their own. And there have been some in Africa with hair texture like an African woman's hair instead of like a white woman's, like Barbie dolls is. And in Australia and even in Islam countries, they have banned Barbie because they don't want their kids to want that kind of figure or that kind of hair or something that they can't have. There are both positive and negative effects about Barbie on kids. If you see on your handout, there on the top, on the first page, Barbie's all-time careers. According to Forbes magazine, there's been over 130 careers that Barbie has ever had. So this is awesome. Kids can dream big. They can have any career that they want. And this, on the back, it has some negative effects. There have been kids who start thinking about their body in unhealthy ways. They think that they are not good enough because the Barbie looks like this. The picture on the left of the 2 Barbie dolls side by side, the one on the left is a Barbie doll, and the one on the right would be a proportional Barbie doll compared to us, like a 19-year-old woman. And so you can see that there's quite a bit of difference in waist, in legs, in how much fat she has on her. And it shows on the right side that there's different proportions in how she would be if she was a real doll or a real person, and her feet would be the size of her feet and ankles would be the size of a 3-year-old or a child size 3. So she wouldn't even be able to walk on her feet. She'd have to walk on all 4s. So even though Barbie has had both positive and negative effects, she's been a part of all of our childhoods.
Hi, my name is Becca, and I'll be talking about how to add text to a video. You tap the video or the picture that you want the text to be on, and you tap the tile button, capital T, at the very bottom. Then you can select a text style, and there's many different styles, like fading the letters in or them coming down from the top. 2 choices for where you want them to be. It can be in the center or in the lower left corner. The text will stay on the video or picture for however long it is, and every text has a sound effect. You click the mute button if you want it off, or you click it if you want it on. The sound effect is automatic, and you cannot choose the sound it makes. But if you don't want the text as long as the video, you click on the video, on which part you want it to be, and hit split, and it'll split the video for you, so the text doesn't show as long. You can also split the video first, and then click which part of the video you want to add the text to. There will be a transition button that pops up in between the videos, but make sure to press it and click none so the video will still play together smoothly. Whenever you split a video, there will be 3 different choices on where to put your text: the opening, the middle, or the closing. When adding a theme or filter, you have to use it on the text editing button. You click the wheel setting button after clicking the text button, and there's many different themes that will pop up, and you can use a different one on every video. If you want the theme on every video, you'll have to add it all separately though. And adding filters, you get to it the same way as the themes, and it's above the themes. If you add a filter, it will automatically go on every single video, and you cannot have different filters on different videos.